One, two, three. Okay, we are live. Hello, let me plug my stream to Discord. Notifications. Right. Hey, Plaster, Tiger Beetle and Scenaria pledge 512K to Zik Software Foundation. That's like paying Andrew for 4 full years. Crazy money. Yeah, I actually, actually, it's very funny. Let me bring it up. Wait, let me bring it up. Uh, let me, before I dive into my bullshit, let me yap. Right, so this. Um, Literally yesterday on the stream, or wait, was it the other day? Anyway, yesterday or the other day, I was yapping about just how tight Zig's nonprofit is. Just, how barely they can like fit everything together, and how they aren't able to hire more contractors, how like Andrew has to stay on 150K a year, for his like skills and stuff like that. And boom, this fucking drops. Maybe, you know what? I wonder if like Tiger Beetle employees are watching my stream and they are like, yeah, he's right. We need to pledge, because I mean Tiger Beetle is written in Zig, right? They really 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 rely on Zig Software Foundation doing all right, and so what if somebody of them, or maybe of Scenario folks, watching my stream. I mean, come on, probably not, right? Probably not, but this is a very cool coincidence. That I was just barely, barely talking about it, and now boom. I need to talk more about GILS then. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hey, Patrick. Hello, hello. Welcome. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need to talk more about this. Hey, Sebastian. Thank you for the good luck. Appreciate it. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I mean, first, kind of cool art. If you tell me, it doesn't look like it's AI art. It looks very handmade to me. I don't see any immediate artifacts. So yeah, it's kind of written, um, drawn well. If that's the case, if this is AI, uh, then I'm really cooked because I can't tell. Well, yeah, AI is trained on handmade. No, shut the fuck up. But yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna like wait. What? No, why not Rust? Why? Guys, just imagine how big the brain rot is. Is when in the post that's supposed to be celebrating the technology you depend on, in literally the third paragraph, you must explain why not Rust. Just think of how big brain rot is. Why do you even mention? Like, just celebrate. Well, now since Rust is mentioned, now I must read it because now I kind of get curious. Why would you mention Rust in a blog that is clearly not about Rust? Let's check it out. Yeah, imagine having to publicly justify why you don't want to fund Rust. Yeah. I first saw Zig in 2018, 7 years ago. 2 years later, I choose Zig over C or Rust for Tiger Beetle. So this is blog post written from the name of Joran Dirk Grief. Yeah, creator, founder, and CEO of Tiger Beetle. Yeah, I mean, by the way, Tiger Beetle is very cool. I saw some of their tech talks, and yeah, I mean, pretty cool guy. I'm gonna follow him on Twitter because why not? Um, In 2020, I was following Rust closely. At the time, Rust's default memory philosophy was to crash when out of memory. Not only on out of memory. I remember there was like a big kind of it was a big point on conflict in the kernel as well. Sebastian, for debate, yeah, I mean maybe. There was a point of conflict about this in the kernel where, like, yeah, you can't panic. If you're in the kernel, you can't panic, and they had to write like a custom panic handler that would, instead of crashing, would like write to console or something. It looked pretty gnarly, but I remember that. However, for Tiger Beetle, I wanted explicit static allocation following NASA Power of 10 rules for safety critical code, which would become a part of Tiger Style. Tiger Style LetMD, a methodology for creating safer software in less time. I might take a look at it later. But yeah, I'm kind of familiar with NASA Power of 10 rules. It's like TLDR, it's no dynamic allocations, like at all, right? Everything is allocated statically or you're fired. Mostly because of crab forces. The existence of language itself is great, but some of the people, yeah, I agree. Like, it's like a lion should not concern himself with like a community, but sometimes you just can't escape them, right? You still have to interact with the people if you heavily like rely on the technology. And yeah, I left Rust for different reasons, not because of the community, but I definitely I can see the point. um, which is kind of sad, right? Because I also think that Rust is a big net positive on the tech space and on the language space and stuff like that. What I learned is that if you could centralize resource allocation in time and space, the dimensions that prove tricky for humans writing software, then this could not only simplify memory management to design away blah 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 blah. This paragraph looks like ChatGPT to me because of this pattern, right? Not only, but for some reason I get triggered by this way of writing now because it's just how ChatGPT generates text now. So I apologize if this is just how he writes, because I mean it's kind of a chicken egg problem, right? Because why ChatGPT is writing like that? Because a lot of people were writing like that too. Not fearlessly multi-threaded. From a performance perspective, I didn't want Tiger Beetle to be fearlessly multi-threaded. Transaction processing workloads tend to have inherent contention. Yeah, this is true. Also, like fearless. Well, they don't say fearless multi-threading. Rust technically says fearless concurrency, which, if you're like put on your nerd glasses, is slightly different thing, right? But still, I don't want fearless multi-threading either, because multi-threading should be, you should fear multi-threading because it is inherently a very hard domain to write multi-threaded code, and you should not fucking dismiss it just because compiler doesn't let you pass something in the thread by reference doesn't mean you suddenly have fearless multi-threading. Like, not at all. Even to the point of power law, precluding partitioning and necessitating single-thread architecture. Therefore, Rust Borrow Checker, while a phenomenal tool for the class of problems it targets, made less sense for Tiger Beetle. Never frees memory and never runs multi-threaded. Explicit submission completion queue. Back in 2015, I was choosing between Go and Rust, and I went with Go because I needed Lang more suited for web dev backend. Escaping note that I escaped too from PHP. I'm still glad that I went with Go because probably I won't be able to complete some of the projects in Rust because it's way harder than Go. Yeah, that's actually for sure. If you need like a language to write web backends, especially in the team, in a small team, I think Go, even though Go is fucking brain dead simpleton coded, it's better than Rust. I believe that, despite all of its flaws, and a lot of its flaws you actually don't even hit when you write web dev. correctness is a design problem. I hear this point a lot, right? That yeah, borrow checker definitely frees you from some sort of bugs. Um, you can't, like, it doesn't guarantee that you write, logic bugs free software, which we actually just, recently LKLM, right? Wait, LKML, not lore, UUTils. Oh wait, it's not the Linux kernel. It is UUTils date bug. That's what I was talking about. LW. Sorry, it's late for me, right? So yeah, this thing. Ubuntu on their newest release, they basically hacked automatic updates because the date replacement that utils provide, it just, to not cause any drama, the bug was that there was a one CLI flag that was not implemented at all, right? So it wasn't like a security bug or memory issue. It's just literally they didn't provide feature that was critical for automatic updates on Ubuntu. So yeah, Canonical just pushed like raw undercooked software to prod. That was the issue. But it kind of, yeah, right. The borrow checker didn't save them from that because it was logically incorrect. Yeah. So I agree that correctness is a design problem. You can solve memory like correctness to a certain degree with stuff like borrow checker, but there's so much more in writing software than memory management. Hmm. Yeah, so Zig was like, he just liked Andrew Kelly's approach to design decisions. That's literally how people usually choose programming languages. They just look at the language, they vibe with it, and they choose the language. That's literally how it works. And um, yeah, it's fair. Like, right, okay. So in other languages, you have memory design issues on top of logic issues, right? So yeah, and which is fair, but then right, it's not like borrow checker is free. So yeah, this is basically him saying that he agrees with Andrew's philosophy. That's why Zig is working for him very well. And I totally agree with that, right? So I was watching Nuno Afonso's podcast today with Lukas, so Lukas podcast, and he basically said the way I think about language is that language is kind of like religion. You either agree with the pastor or not, right? If you agree with the pastor, then you will have very good time writing in this language. This is why I'm happy that Zig is successful, because I think that the systems language space is not like a zero-sum game before, because it's way better when you have choice between like C, Zig, like Odin, Rust, Jai, right? Instead of you just have C++ and that's it. You can't really choose anything else. I think this is a very, very better, very much better like space to be in. Because in web domain you can choose, you have like Python, Ruby, fucking Node.js, Go. People choose like Elixir, PHP, all this sort of stuff like Java, C#. But if you want to write high performance software, before recently you only really had C or C++, and that's it. Checked arithmetic, yeah. Safety as a spectrum. What's that about? 90%, and then across more categories, not eliminate class of bug, downgrading their portability. Yeah, so this is a healthy approach. Essential simplicity. What's that? I disagree with this. I remember trying Zig around 2018, and I had really hard times picking it up. Like really hard time picking it up. So I disagree with this. I mean, maybe now in 2025 it's better. What's that? Yep. Fast forward, so what's that? Surviving Whopper, Vortex, and Jepsen. Ah, I see. It's fucking. Yeah, I see. Like, you can only do something like this when you are well funded, right? You can't do this when you're like a solopreneur. So it's good for them that they have this sort of resources on their hands. They're probably like VC funded or something. Tight tolerance and velocity. Yeah. And what's that? Breaking changes. So it acknowledges that Zig is acknowledges how Zig is constantly breaking, probably. Um, and then they're like praising Andrew a bit more. So let's check the money situation. The last thing we want is some kind of foundational seed. So yeah, this is actually very healthy. I wanted to see that. So and I remember I was watching, I think it was Andrew Talk, when he said that ZSF only accepts donation on the premise that you don't get a seat. It's like you give us money and let us cook, like purely sort of a trust based situation. And seems like it's still working, right? Yeah, so they give him money and he wants to cook, and he will cook. Yeah. His personal capacity, blah blah blah, as former CTO of VMware. Nice. I didn't know that the guy behind Synadia is former CTO at VMware. Look at this, how it's all connected. In monthly installments, also quite healthy. But yeah. This is like big W for ZSF, big W for Tiger Beetle and Synadia. So yeah, it's all around positive. Can't watch you both at the same. I mean, I'm sorry, Leon. I can't stream at any other time because I have family, so I can only stream when they go to bed. And for Sferio, I assume it's the opposite. It's like daytime, right? But yeah, hey Phoenix, hey Owlman. Rust is very interesting as language, but its single mutability rule feels excessive. Rust doesn't like static. Yeah, I wouldn't know about it. Um I admittedly didn't go like super deep on Rust back when I was dabbling into it. So I don't know what's the situation with like custom allocators and stuff like that. But yeah, right. So this is a good news. And it's funny coincidence that it happened pretty much right after I was talking about how tight ZSF is on money. Right, so now we can go back here and um, so I recently realized, well, recently is yesterday, that in my program, uh, Hitboxer. I don't have custom cursors. You see, when I move onto buttons, it doesn't turn into like, pointer cursors. Or when you like try to kind of drag the sub window, you also don't get that. And it should, right? I only recently kind of realized that. And unusable, yeah. And this is because when I switched to like my own window in library, I just simply did not implement that. Yeah. Yeah, there's just no implementation for this in this JDL module. And the way I'm gonna fix it is I'm gonna just go to Focus Editor and I'm gonna rip that code off. Well, it's not, maybe, yeah, maybe it's excessive on buttons, but I realized that the cursor should change when you like move sub windows around, and it doesn't happen. That's how I discovered that it's not implemented. But yeah, the way I'm gonna fix it is just I'm literally gonna go to Focus Editor, code base, and I will rip it off. That's my genius idea. Oh, look who's back. Look at him go. Hello there. And I feel quite comfortable in ripping Focus Editor off from Cursor's code because I actually contributed a bunch of it back in the day. Cursor. XCB cursor. Not only this, where is the load cursor? Yeah, let me search for that. Yeah, there you go. So load cursor. So the way it works, right? It's just like X11 has cursor extension, and it just lets you load bitmaps by name. That's about it, right? That's literally all there is to it. And yeah, so let's maybe do something about it. So what do we have here? This is this is window manager spec. This is irrelevant. Yeah, I like thinking about it, I kind of agree with you. So maybe not buttons, but right. So you can see like it changes on links and also on buttons here. I'm more of a web guy, so I'm used to it. So clickable things give you this cursor always pretty much. And actually you can see how in Firefox the cursor doesn't change. One thing is clickable, right? And also, although you see Emacs does it. When in Emacs I hover over the file, the cursor changes to the pointer like this, you see? Interesting. What about my file manager? Let me open the file manager. In file manager, yeah, in file manager also nothing changes. So this GNOME doesn't change cursors. What about Dolphin? So KDE file manager. Huh. So Dolphin KDE file manager also, you see, it just highlights clickable regions, but it doesn't like change stuff. Just highlights it. Yeah. I mean, nice. What can I say? macOS also does not change the cursor to pointer, and Windows also don't do this. So basically on the web. I see, yeah, so we won't change it on buttons then, but only change it on... I mean, we will change it on areas where you ask it to change it, but we now don't support this functionality like at all, right? So we definitely need to do it. So load cursors, let's see how it is called in Focus. So in Focus, it is called on init. on init display. Eh. So it loads a set of predefined cursors. And interesting that it's like a, if you can't load, then you kind of fucked up, you can't proceed. But yeah, let's do the same thing, I guess. We currently support macOS and Windows in our Jai UI solution, but we want to release our product with Linux support too. What is the situation with Linux in areas like windowing and events? Are you asking about Linux in general or support in Jai? Maybe both. So on Linux in general, if you want to be like production grade, then you need to support both X11 and Wayland. So you kind of have to write two backends for Linux. You can also just write one backend X11 and rely on Wayland's X-Wayland emulation. That's the way I'm writing my program, right? It actually works through X11 and my desktop environment as Wayland, so it just runs it as an X-Wayland, through X-Wayland emulation. But there are limitations. So for example, if your customer has mixed DPI setup, right, like two monitors with different DPI, then when you will drag your window around monitors on one of them, it will become like blurry. It will rescale, but it will look a bit blurry if you opt into X11 backend. Other than that, resizing might be sketchy because if you want smooth resizing on X11, you need to implement like Xsync extension. But even if you do this, X-Wayland literally, well, maybe X-Wayland itself supports that, but of Wayland compositors, the only one that supports Xsync on X-Wayland is KDE, I think. So on other desktop environments, the window resize will feel janky. And if you want to go like with modern solution, you just say, okay, all of the Linux sort of go in Wayland direction. We only want to support Wayland. Then yeah, you can only implement Wayland backend, but you need to expect that if somebody happens to run X11, they just won't even, your program won't even launch for them, right? And when it comes to Jai support, if we're talking about X11, then it's kind of covered. So Jai itself ships with X11 backend, so you can just call, create window and handle input events and stuff like that. It's kind of, it's not like super like production grade. The thing that the Jai ships with, because for example, it can't like properly block and wait for events, right, and stuff like that. You need to implement it yourself. But you can also go either rip focus away or right just go into my repo and rip my thing off, which is also based on focus code base. It like handles the stop application case pretty well. Well, aside from cursors, but I'm gonna implement it now. Also, there was something else I remember. Let me think. I think drag and drop is not implemented in this backend, so we will need to do that. It's not implemented here, but I think it is implemented in Jai module distribution. And when it comes to Wayland support, Jai just doesn't ship with anything. Jai default modules don't support Wayland at all. Focus has Wayland backend, courtesy of Ilionte. I think it works on top of libwayland bindings, but you can, I guess, steal it. And it works reasonably well, as far as I know. So I know it's kind of a long-winded answer, but this is all the details. So here's the answer, right? Here's the TLDR. If you want to provide a Linux platform layer, you don't have to do like groundwork. You don't have to do like, research zero. You can just kind of build on top of stuff that's already there. You're like not alone in it. That's like the gist of it. You don't have a package that you can just plug and play probably, but you definitely have all needed bits and pieces that you can assemble together in the spirit of Linux. I want this window on library that I'm not really working on it, but I just extend it on case by case basis. I want it to be like SDL of Jai, as stupid as it sounds. That's why I call it JDL. It's like a wishful thinking. Yeah, hope that satisfies the question. Um, so let me think about APIs. Get mouse pointer position, clipboard. So I guess load cursor would be somewhere here, right? Man, I was listening to Sonic Mania OST for like 3 days, non-stop. My wife already hates me. Because on top of me listening to Sonic Mania OST whole day, my daughter also got addicted to it. This is also a good point, Leon. Yeah. As long if you don't have anyone on your team uh, using Linux daily, yeah, you will definitely get swamped into a bunch of these small issues. And at some point it will get like to a stable state where it doesn't happen often, but expect that when you initially ship, you will just constantly get hit with on like distro, like kuk Ubuntu with the stop environment from like a high school like nephew. Your thing like renders backwards and you like have to figure out their setup and fix some edge case. Or like I am Norwegian and button on my keyboard doesn't work, right? And you need to figure out why. Yeah. We're currently having all macOS and Windows stuff because the Jai default window module is quite limited for proper UI framework, but we are using the modules for Windows and macOS, so we only need Wayland bindings and X11 is already there. That's good. Also, from what I understand, the Windows smooth resizing is basically not possible on Linux because most of the compositors, well, on X11, it's not possible reliably. On X11, on Wayland, you're actually guaranteed to have smooth window resizing. Yeah. Because by default on Wayland, every frame must be perfect. So actually, yeah, on Wayland, you kind of get it for free as long as you do your part correctly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the default, yes, I agree with Leon. The default Jai X11 module, I would not recommend using it. It gotten better because we sent like some patches there, but it's not as like complete and robust as, for example, this one or the one in Focus. Well, it supports Unicode now. What else? It supports like mouse buttons, right? It supports like mouse 4, mouse 5, but for example, it doesn't support waiting for events. So for like blocking wait. I don't think we did that. What do you mean by smooth resizing? Yeah, I just mean things like um, stuff like this, right? So when you resize your app, you don't get like weird fucking artifacts or stuff like jittering or jumping around. This is what we mean by smooth resizing. Yeah, black borders or like weird as like stretching, squeezing. Yeah. So yeah, on Wayland you're pretty much guaranteed to have it right. I mean, each individual application, right? If you get like Firefox, you will get stuff like this, right? But this is not Firefox's fault per se, I guess. Well, it kind of is, but it's because just DOM is very slow. Just like DOM renderer is slow, you see? It like tries to catch up, but it cannot. But if you look at the UI itself, so this is native, all native, all native, right? It's actually very smooth, right? It works as expected. Oh my god, my computer fan does not like that at all. So if I go to settings, this you see this like resizes just fine. Because it's probably not a web. Yeah. Web the renderer itself is not able to render at a frame rate. But you know what? I can use this little trick to warm myself during winters for sure because my computer does not like that at all. And yeah, default Windows backend also doesn't do it, but at least now we have Nick's like snippet on GitHub that you can mostly plug and play. Neighbors will call you for vacuum in the flat in the middle of the night. Yeah. Oh fuck. So let's think about it. Like load cursors, right? So um um how do we load the cursor? So it needs to probably return something. Oh, we also need to change this, right? So new Jai convention is to have success in front. So we need to rewrite that. Let me go to simp. Pointer, is it pointer? Wait, no, it is, fuck. It wasn't getrect. Subwindow, cursor. What? Pointer? Is it pointer? Get pointer from resize control. Is this the one? Oh yeah, look at this. So dragging. Locked. Is this the one? Subwindow. Wait, what? Wait, what's the... Where does it come from? Ah, pointer image. There you go. Yeah, pointer image. So yeah, normal, pressable, locked, blah, 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 blah. And this is how you load it. And it's where? Oh, shit. It is directly... It is directly in GetRect itself. Look at that. Is Jai invite only? Yes, it is. It is peer. It's still invite only. I will steal X11 from someone and do Wayland bindings. Also, we don't have anyone in studio that runs Linux. So the support will probably be pretty bare bones, but that's maybe better than nothing and we can improve it along with. Yeah. I mean, that's, it's the hardest thing is to get started. For sure. So GetRect actually does it itself. I didn't know that. So it does macOS and else Incomplete, implement this. Incredible. Nice. Uh, if not needed, init pointers. But like, why is it not a procedure pointer like others? Are you sure it's from vanilla GetRect? I mean, yeah, it's literally in Jai modules GetRect system. Yeah, so it's not mine. You think it maybe got backported? Well, let's check change log. Get rect, like get rect slider. This is what Filton stopper is visible. Brighten whiten. Lack of alpha blending, centering dropdown. Cross compiling workaround. Text input. Subwindow state. Color animation. Control backspace. So this is my dropdown returns correct value for changed. It's me. Recent regression blank lines. This is 2024. Text input command history. Text input widget, text input, vertical text position, global escape, active widget remove, autocomplete. Text input scrollable region, checkbox dropdown, cut, label, subwindow. Left click, text input subwindow, fix title, title bar. This is not it. Text modified. No, this is nothing like that. Camera got blurry. Fuck. I know what happens. Thank you. Or rather this. Pointer image.jai. I mean, could it like be the other way? Like it got like ripped from GetRect? Pointer math. It doesn't look like. Yeah, I don't remember if 2023. No, GetRect was a thing in 2023 already. Hey, Stefan, hello. Yeah, because Focus never used GetRect, but maybe it got like the cursor loading code. Yeah. Hey, Mythic, hello, welcome. It's going pretty well. Also, maybe it's this. Let me check if load cursor W, because you see it's also, so it's also in Windows. Yeah, look at this. It's also used, wait. See, I actually don't like that it's, I don't like that, wait, this is the wrong file. Yeah, I don't like that it sits here, because it means now that I will have to copy this file to my code base. and maybe the entire like get-rect together, right? Because what does it mean system.chai? Yeah, so it's get-rect system. Yeah, so now I have. Why are they not implemented as just like proc pointers that you fill in like the rest of the thing? You know, any tool like oil, but for the shell, other than Vidar, because Vidar just. What's that? What is Vidar? The fuck is this? Football Iceland. I have no idea what it is. I just. There you go. Edit directory. This thing? Allows editing the contents of directory in a text editor. No directory specified, the current directory is edited. Editing directory, each item will appear in its own numbering line. I have no idea what it is. Yeah, I have no idea what it is. I've never. Oil Nuveen. Yeah, this is a file explorer. Okay. Yeah, I know of that. This is like DRET port for NeoVim, yeah. Kinda. I see. Yeah, I don't know. Why would you need it for shell? Just find a normal fucking file manager. We'll do some BF6. Yeah, thank you. And good luck with Battlefield. Hope no, like, cheaters will be in your lobby. Yeah, Midnight Commander is definitely the first that comes to mind. 3 hours on the most dumb shit typo bug. Typo? Are you not using Rust? Man, Rust fixes typo issues for you automatically. Anyway, how do you plug into this shit? Who calls init pointers? How does it work? Set pointer image. Who calls this? Oh, we can do this. Holy shit. No. It's optional. If you use simp. Get direct set pointer image. Never mind. Can we? Yo? Never mind. W John. I was wrong. There you go. Texture, set shader, set blah blah blah, and then procedure of call. Set pointer image. What's get mouse pointer position? Yeah, this is from. I guess that's it, and then this should suddenly blow up. Yeah, undeclared, undeclared identifier. Active pointer state, and this will be. What's the signature? Le signature. So image and widget. So this we provide ourselves. because I don't want to, you know. So this will come from our UI, our set pointer image. And this will be here, our button, arrow. So this is my kind of, my forked get rect modules, like changes and stuff like that. And I guess our set pointer image will be here as well. And it's gonna return what? It doesn't actually return anything. So image is pointer image, and widget is active widget. And now it will compile active widget undeclared because it is probably module spaced. There you go. Now we compile. Yeah. Nice. So this will let us load image on our own window in library that we can implement. And how does it work? Init pointers. What is num pointers? Enum heist. Okay, num pointers. Windows set cursor pointers image. What are the pointers? Oh. So yeah, that's how you load it. Nice. So these are an array of pointers to Windows cursor. Cool. So I guess I can do it as well. So something like these pointers. With something. And in focus, it's where was it? Pointer image.jai. Let me open it. Oh fuck, it opens in the wrong browser window. There you go. So the same thing here, but where is Linux one? Yeah, this is a very familiar code. This is kind of familiar code. And yeah, this is very familiar code, yeah. Maybe it's even still the thing that I did. Wait, let me view git blame. Yeah, look at this. This is me 2 years ago. Let me actually check the full commit. So what exactly do we do? Preload cursors on X11 so you don't have to load them every time. Right. So in init display, we initialize a bunch of cursors. And then when we set the cursor, we just run them by the hash table. And then here in the pointer image, we do what? Current pointer image was set this frame, already reset pointer image. What the fuck is this? Yeah, and then at the end of the frame, okay. I see. I just stumbled upon one of your tweets. Do you really use light theme Emacs outside? Yes. Because I write code during the day and my room is very light because it is very sunny outside. Like what's wrong? Do you want me to shatter my windows and live like a degenerate like fucking caveman? Yeah, I use dark theme on stream first because it is fucking night outside. And second, because most people on Twitch prefer dark themes. Because I guess this is just my audience. Which light theme do you use? It's either this one, Ilia Light, or Organic Green. Either of these. Right. They're kind of similar, right? But it depends on what contrast I prefer at the moment. Yeah, modus operandi is too white. It is too white for my taste. I don't like when the foreground is, like peach white. That is cool. I agree. That is cool. So yeah, let's do the init pointers thing first. So where's the set pointer image? Oh, how do I yeah, remove blame? Nice. Init pointers, init pointers, init pointers. I don't need pointers on Linux because I need them in the platform layer. Which for me makes sense because on Linux you have Wayland and X11 and you don't want to have your platform, like platform exposed here. So let me just do this here. When I do set pointer image, I think I just can literally I can probably just copy it verbatim. Is current pointer image something that is in getrect? Oh wait, it's not here. No, this is something we introduced. Oh, we don't need to do this because we have a widget, right? So actually, let me open getrect still. So I don't want to copy focus interface because I'm using getrect. System.jai, which of those? This one. Yeah, pointer image. Pointer image was set this frame, already reset pointer image, log error. Which is do we not have current image here anywhere? So we have image this one. Aha, we have these. Pointer image was set this frame, already reset pointer image. So we have these. Probably just gonna use those. So we never turned that one. So we literally do that. Just call set here and on Windows, set cursor. But here we just do current pointer image. And where does it then? Aha. It gets set at the end of the frame. Look at that. So it doesn't get set directly here, but rather it gets set at the end of the frame. There you have it. I wonder why. I wonder why it happens at the end of the frame. I don't know if that end of frame thing is needed. Seems like some Windows bullshit, is it? And it's not even the thing in GetRect anymore. Look at it. Look at this. Nice. We change custom cursor handling each frame, depending on whether we set the cursor or not. The reason is if we did set the cursor, we don't want Windows to set it back, which it seems to do every frame. But if we didn't want to set the cursor, we don't want to pay attention to Windows cursor changes. For example, as the user mouses over the Windows resize frame. Oh. Ah, it is something from Jai itself. So yeah, this is a hack for Windows. I see. I see. This is a Windows hack. If pointer image was set this frame, blah blah blah, get checked send pointer image. Okay, this itself sets pointer image, blah 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 blah. Wait, why does it? And here it uses getRect set pointer image what? So it lets me resize. It lets me set my own procedure pointer, but here it sets hard-coded one. What? This is probably a bug. This looks like a bug in the library. Anyway, I'm probably not gonna bother with it. I'll just do where is links code? Just literally copy that. Put it here. Oh. Adjust and then so we don't have current pointer. Image here, we'll just set it. Pointer image will set this frame true. Already reset pointer image equals this. Yeah. Log error invalid pointer index true. And then how does it use the widget? Almost sneezed into the mic. Oh. It doesn't use it, right? Yeah, it is a part of procedure signature, but it's not used. All right. And then instead of doing it at the end of the frame, we will just literally do it like this. Right, so if current pointer image equals. Yeah. Or in our case, image equals. And it's not going to be LD, it's going to be, right? ld dot like that, like this, and oh, window, we need window. Shit. Where do we get window? I mean, I have window global in my case, so it's not an issue. But where does focus gets it? I guess it's just a global one, right? Yeah, I guess you just get it for free. Oh, there was like last week something on Wayland. If image equals current pointer image. Interesting. So we checked if it's changed. Interesting. Yeah, it is. It's same in my case. So in my case, it's called the window. Window, the window. There you have it. And now when I come, uh, num pointers. Yeah. It is fuck pointer to what? What is it on Linux? Where are you? Wait, where are you? Bro, it's just pointer image. Yeah, okay. This is actually good. I think in my case, it will. This will break Windows support for now, but my Windows. Yeah. I know. My program doesn't have more than one window at the moment. So it is like a known limitation. Yeah, there's no pointers. I know. But I'm setting this global now. In focus, yeah, in focus, it's kind of a little bit of a monkey ass. But focus actually gets away with it because it is very fast, right? So instead of opening a new window onto existing process or using it as a fucking client server, right, as a daemon, you just pop up another focus, and it's a completely separate process, right? So focus gets away with it. Unlike Emacs, where you can open a new frame which acts as a separate window, and then you can do switch into frames in a operating system independent fashion, right? So in Emacs, you can just do this, open another frame. And so it acts as a completely separate like operating system window, right? You see? But Emacs actually is aware of it. So this window, you see, when I'm dragging, it actually detects it in a completely separate operating system window. And I can even do like other frame, right? And I will switch to whole another window because Emacs keeps track of it internally. And if I close this process, this window also dies, even though it's a completely like separate operating system window. I can do whatever I want with it. So yeah, I actually don't know why this feature. I mean, it makes sense why it would exist in Emacs, but still. uh, yeah, so we have that. Num pointers run enum highest value pointer image, yeah, +1. Now num pointers and declared identif. Why is it undeclared? Wait, what? Oh, What the fuck did I just do? Oh, it should be num pointers equals. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Current pointer image. Uh, I actually probably want to store it. So let me store it. Yeah. And so yeah, I guess current pointer image equals image. And then do this. Right, set cursor from theme is not a member of import GDL. So let's go it from boom. So probably this shouldn't like be a string. This should probably be some kind of an enum. But yeah, for now, let's just kind of YOLO it. So module, it's gotta be in here. No. I mean, when you call this as an API, right? Like a cross-platform API, you probably want to provide an enum, and then under the hood, it resolves to a platform-dependent string, so that your user code doesn't call them by name. That's what I mean. Address size, set my mouse pointer, get blah blah blah. Init create window, all of this. Yeah. My enum is pointer image, but for now it's not in JDL. It's in just my program code. I will probably move it. I can like steal it into the library after I start making it work on Windows. Let me clipboard. Set cursor from theme and I wonder why setting cursor needs a window. Can we like get away with it? We probably cannot. Yeah, let's do it with window. Window is, what is our window type? Is it just window type? It is just window type, yeah. And then cursor is string. Yeah, and let me actually move it before we initialize window type. Psychologically makes more sense to me. And then set cursor from theme. The way it works is search for the symbol. The fuck is it? There you have it. Like that. Which is a little wrapper. So like in line as well. Do we have the same naming? Yeah, we have the same naming base window, and then we'll literally set cursor from theme. And then we go, where's our base window, by the way? There you have it. Title, not title, cursor. String, just like this. Actually, window type. Do we accept this window type? Yeah, we do accept this window type. Set like a pointer to window. Ah, no, no, wait, wait. Window type is literally just a hack for a fucking window type module. See, I don't want it. Where is it? There you have it. There you have it. Let me compile again. Text select is not a member of pointer image. Why not? Well, undeclared identifier name. Pointer image was set this frame. So this is all probably... Actually, no, this is fine. There you go. So we compile. But if we run it, we will crash. Oh, we will crash when we call set pointer in... Ah, shit, I don't set it anywhere. Let me do... You know what? Wait, why can't I add? Oh, look at this. I can't... Wait, what? Why can't they click shit? There you go. That was weird. Oh, that was weird. Wait, is this something crazy here? Oh. Interesting that... So this is where we would say, like, we can do press select. But yeah, let me go back to my sub window. And there was... Not here, but... Yeah, there you go. So resize, resize related disable. What was it in the original code? It was like this. So let me actually copy it here. And now we should crash as soon as I... Yeah, there you go. Here we crash. We tried to set cursor and we crashed. Make sure you're turning your wall mechanical clock 1 hour backwards before going to sleep. Yes, I know that. And I have a whole fucking rant about it. Don't get me started on day saving shenanigans. I hate them. This is like single one of the most hated features of Europe I have after moving here. I fucking hate this thing where people just move their clocks around 2 times a year. It's so stupid. The only good thing Russian government did in the entire like history of Russian Federation is canceling this crap. I mean, I'm not talking about just going and mechanically changing the clock. I'm talking about the concept itself. Because it fucks up everything, especially if you have kids. Like your entire week is fucking ruined. If you live alone, yes, maybe it is like 1 hour of sleep for you, and then one less hour of sleep in 6 months from now. But if you have kids, kids they just go to bed and wake up around the clock, right? On clock. So if my daughter usually wakes up at 7 a.m., tomorrow she will wake up at 6 a.m. Nice. And this will be happening the entire week from now, by the way. Yeah, so let's fix this. Attempted reference to null pointer. Yeah. JDL module Set cursor from theme. Maybe I shouldn't call it from theme, just set cursor. Like from theme, this is kind of like exposing the way it works on Linux. Let's just call it set cursor. Just call it set cursor. And we can call it set cursor from theme in like X11, something like that. There you go, and let me crash it. Boom. Nice. Yeah, anyway. So base window, then we do the fuck? Why is it here? Anyway, X11, 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 XCB window, yeah, here. So this is display. Oh shit. Where do I set pointers? Ah, this is where. There you go. So window red base set cursor equals XCB set cursor. Just like that. And then where are all the windows? Like this. Window is window and cursor is a string. And let me check what it actually does. Set cursor by name. Let me find it. X11. Where is the XCB? There you go. There you have it. There you have it. There it is. Yeah. I can literally just copy paste it directly. I probably need to do like check usage, because now I just, now I'm just YOLOing. You see, I have it everywhere commented out because I just haven't implemented it. I'm just trusting myself to call everything correctly, because I am just that good of a programmer. Yeah, XCB window. Then display, we have this. Now found cursor, yeah, table find, okay. We don't have this. Hey, Epic Pulsar, yes, there is one person who can share Jai. His name is Jonathan Blow, and you need to write him an email and ask for access. And then if you ask nicely, nice enough, you will get access. Yeah. He found XCB change window attributes value list T. This is an epic type name. Change window attributes oaks. Yeah. Do I call it them namespaced? Or no, do I call them just like this? Yeah, I actually don't namespace them. I just call them like that. So I just do this. But let me check message. Uh, what's that? Mm, 1 second, I need to answer that. Ooh. That should be it. So this should be a function that I am loading. I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. Handle, win handle, and that's it. And now I need to load this table. Yes. Cursors. This is gonna be display cursors. So now if I compile, it will complain about this table, not, yeah. Okay. It will complain about this table not existing, and we can put it here to where? Probably on base display, probably here. Yeah, so where do we put it? So this table, we will never ever free it. Like your application loads, excuse me, we just load a bunch of cursors there, we like preload them, and then we just never free it. So I think it's fine if we just, you know, if we just literally have them over here. So this table is it is a table of string to what? This is like some kind of like an integer. Maybe this. All right, so cursor is XCB cursor. Like an atoms. What is it on Linux? On X11 in particular. Linux display. I forgot. Yeah, X11 cursor. There you go. Let me go XCB. XCB. There you have it. Cursors are ever cursors. XCB cursor T. Yeah, this is the one. I think it's like technically an atom, but I don't. It's not an atom. It's like a fucking integer alias. But yeah. So this has to be on a not on a base one, but this has to be on a particular implementation of a display. So, I wonder. Okay, display, and we have cursors like here. Yeah, XCB cursor T. There you go. Welcome back, Stefan. Just like that, and then we need to have a a bunch of preloaded cursors. Do I have them here? Yeah. So we have all of that load cursors. I guess I can just put them somewhere, create window. Does native handle, get dimensions, wait for events. Let's put them somewhere on top. Somewhere maybe after any display or something. Kind of like here. Oh. Oh, interesting that just Trader accepts casted variations of but why? Because it only gets called internally. So that makes sense. So XCB display. Yeah, and XCB cursor context T. So this one I don't have, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I need to have XCB cursor bindings here, and I have them. So Jai on Linux, XCB cursor, there you go. So I have them. Context new, load cursor, and context free. So I'll just literally copy this file that I have already. And I need to, where do I put it? Into XCB, I guess. Yeah, I have XCB sync and XCB XKB, right? And it's just XCB cursor. There you go. And now I need to load all of this shit in the module, load XCB, and then XCB cursor, probably also optional. Yeah, XCB cursor is gonna be XCB. Oh, XCB cursor.jai. So let me check how it's called. This is how it's called. Ah, symbols, and then XCB cursor loaded equals false, false. There you go. Now load procs XCB cursor. So what is this? Procs prefix. Why do I prefix underscore actual name null terminator? Oh. Okay. So let's check ls user lib grep cursor. libxcb cursor, this is how it's called. So libxcb cursor dot so dot 0. Lib names. We can actually add third one to the mix. So 0, the regular one. Let's do it like this. So try regular one. After this, try like versioned one. and then maybe 0, 0, 0. At the very least, if anything else fails, let's try that. I think if I were to make this super robust, I probably want to provide, just, ship this with my app. And so why ship it with my app, right? Because this stuff is 100% supported by the server itself, by X11 server. And all these extension libraries do, client libraries, they just send packets to the server. And maybe the user might not have them installed, like XCB ones. They probably will, but in case they might not, I can just ship these shared libraries with my program. Yeah. Anyway, this is how we load cursors. And now I think I can just call this, but since I am not namespacing it, yeah, I'm just gonna call it like that. Xserver has the concept of themes. I think that's all handled in the client libs. Oh, you think so? Then especially so. If that's the case, then there is absolutely no reason to rely on system packages for cursors. I can just fucking ship it. Unless you have to configure a library with theme locations or some shit. Yeah. I would have to look at the implementation in the C file. Display cursors. Handle screen context. This is like that. It's like this. Preloaded cursors. Temp-C string. Using temp allocator in the library code. Display cursors. Yeah, just like that. Okay. Yeah. I like how the only way it works in the table set is because these strings are in the data segment, so pointer to them is stable. So you can just do this, and even despite the fact that this array is scoped to a function, right? This is absolutely safe to do. Just kind of find it very very neat to think about it. Right. So what else? What else can we? Uh, Table find display cursors. Where it is? XCB set cursor. Oh, we don't do. We need to cast. Yeah, it's like window. So it's not window display. It's like window base display. Is this I know, not? Is it XCB? Yeah, there you go. Undeclared identifier name, it's cursor. What else? XCB cursor context new undeclared identifier. What? What do you mean undeclared identifier? What the fuck is this then? How do I call this? How do I call sync? Just sync init. Oh wait, no. Oh, no. I do namespace those. Fuck. I outplayed myself. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Set cursor. Name back. So this is XCB. Let me compile it again. There you go. So it's XCB cursor and XCB cursor context free, and then XCB cursor load cursor. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, I guess I'll just do this. Context new and load cursor and context free. I guess I'll just do it like this. There you go. So what's gonna happen if I just, you know, oh, so it worked as in it didn't crash. Ah, you know why? Because I never loaded the cursors. So in display init, here, I need to load cursors. I need to load cursors. I need to call this procedure. I need to call this procedure, and the way I call it is init display after where. I guess I just checked if cursors are initialized, right? So if XCB cursor like loaded, right? I just do this and pass D in there, or like D handle rather. Yeah, no, just D, and that's it, right? Mismatch level of indirection, type wanted, type given, so pointer, dude. It didn't work. Oh, look at this, it worked. Hey, we loaded the cursor, but then we did not unload it, fuck. Also, this is like wrong cursor too. So it should be this. At least I think it should be this. So reloaded cursors, XCB load cursor. So we don't even like log error if something is wrong here. Let me maybe check. Don't even like check if it's successful. It's always successful. Ah, no, 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 no. There you go. So if you can't create context, return false. Right. Yeah, so we can do something like if we can just do something like log error enable to load reload cursor something. Excellent wasn't able to reload, something like that. Boom. Yeah, so but then we don't load it back. Weird, weird. But something is working now. That was, oh, by the way, yeah, so I wonder why is that. And also this is like the completely wrong one. And then it never gets reset for some reason. I mean, this can't be just a bug in GetRect, right? That would be weird. So maybe it's in my UI here. We maybe fucked it up. If current pointer image equals return, just load that. Well, let me, I know, step debug it maybe. Let me load Visual Studio Code on the different screen in case it has some AD8 project open. Okay, and naturally it does. So I'm not getting fired today. Let me open the correct one. Yeah, there you go. Let me step into this. Right, so click, yeah, and set pointer image. And image is dragging free. All scroll. I disagree. The dragon free should be like all scroll. But I guess okay. So current pointer image is normal. We assign it. Right. Set cursor. Boom. Set cursor. XCB set cursor. We get a bunch of these. Window is yeah. Display is yeah. We table find cursor is found. If found, we do this. Boom. Yeah, look at this. Cursor is loaded. Image set this frame true. Already reset pointer. Image should be false. Yeah, this is. Oh, we already out of scope. Can I watch it like this? Frame true and reset pointer image false. Yeah, there you go. Now boom. And oh, it never reset. It never gets reset. Look, it never gets reset. Hey Ahmed, we're 19. What do you mean 19? Is it your birthday? If so, happy birthday. After mentioning it yesterday, I decided to go back to Z. Their new debugger support is a big plus for sure. It has rough edges, but even more reason to use it. I see, so I guess it satisfied you. So nice. Why are we not resetting cursor back when resizing is done? I'm very satisfied. Ah. So the issue here is that we're not resetting the. So let's check how this gets called. You know why we're not resetting? I think that's that issue with getRect that it will call. Let me show you. It's the one that we kind of like identified, right? So pointer end frame. If not pointer image was set this frame, already reset. Here, getRect set pointer image normal. You see, this never gets called. View. Okay. Still happy birthday. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Go back to your 19 with everybody probably would wish like that. I recently heard about this dilemma, you know. So would you agree to go back like 10 years ago, or not go back 10 years ago, just like imagine your current self, but you just drop 10 years from your body, right? And you still in 2025, but you suddenly got 10 years younger, like in your body. But in exchange, your dick gets like 1 centimeter shorter. Would you agree for 1 centimeter? Very important question. Fuck yeah, that's the right answer. My dick doesn't sound like a good idea. Uh, but yeah, so far, all of the people I ask that, pretty much everybody would definitely trade a centimeter of their dick for 10 years. But then like, okay, what about 2 centimeters? What about 3 centimeters? And then it's like, Yeah. Right, so the bug is in getRect. If I lose 10 years, will I get 10 more centimeters? Huh. Agent Smith, that's interesting, right? So what if we go the other direction? Like you add 10 years in your body, but your schlong gets longer. I wouldn't agree like for 10. 10 is too much. But yeah, so this is the bug. This is the bug. The bug is that it calls predefined one. It should call our procedure pointer, our function pointer. And seems like pointer and frame is not getting. You can't override that, right? Yeah, it doesn't let you redefine that. So this is a bug in getRect. What it should do is it should call set pointer image from here. So drop rocks. And drop rocks, where are they? Yeah, it should literally just do yeah, drop rocks, set pointer image. This is what it should do instead. So now I just directly modified it in getRect. And then boom. Yeah, see. Then it suddenly is okay. Well, with the exception that you see, it draws two cursors. It draws a normal cursor and then it draws like a dragging cursor on top of that. So that's weird. Why would it do it? Go back 10 years and lose 1 centimeter radius. Yeah, I mean that is definitely a tougher question. That is a tougher one for sure. So what gives? Why is this happening? Why do we draw two cursors instead of one? If not already, if not pointer image was set this frame. Oh shit. You know why? Like this. I think this it should go here. Even if we don't literally load, but this should get set to true, I think. Let me check if that will fix it. There you go, you see? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is actually also bug in the focus, it seems like. This is probably also bug in the focus then. Unless we go set pointer image. Let me find it. Or what was I looking at it here? No, not here, maybe here. No. There you go. And yeah, you see? This is probably also buggy. Unless unless it is handled differently, you know. If it's handled differently, then it's whatever. No, it's fine. It's fine because here the cursor gets only set at the end of the frame, right? So probably fine. Yeah. So I didn't get it in the debugger. I just realized where's the bug. So this needs to get mailed. Let me write a to-do list. Let me write a small to-do real quick. Email about pointer and frame not calling correct set pointer image. There you go. There you go. Well, I go, what's the hard and fast rule for passing parameters to function by value versus by pointer? How small does a struct need to be to worth passing by value? Hello, buzzer. So, small values that are that I guess fit into a register, like 8 bytes, I guess, they will always get passed by value, if I recall correctly. And structs have an interesting passing convention. So let me actually quote how parameters are passed. There is a literally how-to here in the code base. And yeah, the way arguments are passed to procedures in this language utilize a convention that we somewhat sarcastically call maybe by reference. First, we'll explain the rules, blah, blah, blah. So small, yeah. And big, anything that over 8 bytes. So the small ones also always by value, right? And the big are passed maybe by reference. So it's not just by pointer. So it's not by pointer, because if you pass a struct without specifying that it's passed by pointer, and then you try to modify it, like you pass it into another procedure and then you try to modify it, your original struct actually won't get modified. And recently somewhere like got like hit by it in the secret beta Discord. Because so yeah, it's not actually by pointer. It is literally maybe by reference. Yeah, the compiler probably generates code that passes a pointer to the argument instead of copying the full blah blah blah. But this doesn't act as a pointer to the user in terms of language semantics. It looks like you have a copy of the struct. Yeah. It behaves like a const reference parameter would behave in C++. Yeah. So, and there should be, I think there should be like a compiler error when you try to do that, when you try to modify such struct. But it doesn't go as far as to check if you then later pass this reference as a pointer. Yeah. So does it answer your question? I'm wondering at what size passing struct by value would start being a performance issue, or should you always pass a struct by value unless you want to change? Yes, in Jai you would always pass it by value unless you want to mutate it. I mean, there is no downside in doing it. That's like, I guess, the gist. Hey Martin, hello. Aren't arguments actually immutable inside the function? Well, yes and no. So there was something. Yeah. Oh wait, no, this copies, right? So here you see, because big arguments are made by reference, they cannot be modified, so it's kind of immutable, right? If you uncomment, they'll generate errors. I actually don't know if they will generate errors. Will they? Let me. Oh, they will. Can't assign to an immutable argument. Yes, they will. So yeah, you're right. I kind of forgot about it. Yeah. There you go. Now it's fine. Yes, the compiler takes care of it. So you see, you like you passed it by value, but under the hood it generated a pointer, but it still prevents you from modifying it. But here's the thing, you can pass it here by reference, but then you can, from this procedure, you can pass it into another procedure taking a pointer, and then the original thing will not get modified, which is kind of like a food gun, I guess. Um, but I think, if I recall correctly, there was a mention that this should get verified by the compiler. Yeah, it should generate a compiler error, but it does not at the moment. So it will eventually, as far as I remember. Oh yeah, is this, except the reason here, prog, blah, 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 no defaults, values. No, this is something different. This is something different. This is optional arguments, optional parameters. Values are returned. Oh, yeah, there you go. Right now, though, if you take an address of one of these variables, right? So you take an address of something that you passed by, maybe by reference. We do let you modify it, and we don't make a copy, so it's an actual reference passed in by the caller. This is bad, and we will probably disallow it since it creates aliasing problems, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So this is the thing. It is kind of a food gun, right? And yeah, but as you can see, there is a plan to ban this, which I kind of agree with. Hey, Cyberwolf, just got into the beta. What are you using for immediate UI? Hey, congratulations on getting into the beta. I'm using GetRect. GetRect left-handed that ships with Jai. I have like my modifications on top of it. But that's what I'm using. And oh, wait, what? What do you mean? Yeah, there you go. No beta for you. Unlucky. Yeah, so we fixed cursors. Right now, our cursor images are getting loaded. That was actually pretty easy. So I will mail in the bug from GetRect. I mean, I like mail it with the patch. Pointer image here. Right. So for now, I just literally modified it in. I literally modified it in Jai distribution, which is, not something you should probably do. But yeah, actually, where point end frame, where is it getting called from? It gets called from, it gets called from draw pop-ups. How convenient. How convenient. You know why? Because I forked draw pop-ups. There you go. Well, that's a W for me, I guess. Pointer image. So let me just copy this. Fuck. I'm fat fingering a lot today. Our draw pop-ups, and this is gonna be our pointer end frame. And then we just do set pointer image. There you have it. And then this is get rect. This is get rect. This is get rect. And this is gr. Yeah. I will remove this commentary. And this, let me, remove this back. And I think now, wait, pointer image was set this frame. gr. And it should still work. Yeah, there you go, it works. Well, the image kind of gets stuck because when I remove active widget, I don't render a frame. So when I unclick, see the kind of cursor stacks here, unless I move the mouse, which is like fine. I should probably call for render the frame when that's the case. It's all right. It is all right. So now that this works, now that this all works, what do we do? Let me maybe committee this thing. This load cursor, we don't need that. Set cursor, we need that. We need that. Table, yes. Yes, please. Yes, please. XCB cursor, good. Which means we have this in untracked files. And here we need to do this as well. Implement loading cursors. Oh, wait a second. I forgot something. There you go. So I need to disable dragging because I just used the dragging window as a case study to have something to debug on, but I don't actually need it. Implement loading cursors on X11. Yeah. Monka, super security mode. Okay. Nice. I doxed my work email. Well, now I can spam my work email, I guess. Please don't do this though. It's already gets spammed by every fucking AI startup under the sun. Cool. So do I want to do anything else today? So what I have is I can click on the log. Oh, and it will open like a file with explanation how to enable uinput. But you see how long Z took to launch? And I think now when it's like warmed up, Z will launch faster. But still kind of blocks my UI. You see, it takes like, right? Which is kind of bad. Hey, AlexTheDev, hello, hello. Working hard or hardly working? Actually, today is kind of productive. I would say I did what I wanted to do. So now I can do a little bit of extra. And I also started like an hour later. Seen you working on this on a prior VOD. I am still going through the how-tos and didn't write any code yet. I mean, that's fine, right? Just go through how-tos on your pace. And yeah, take it easy. Welcome, Alex. Hope you're doing well. So we have this thing and run command. I probably need to do it in another thread because XDG open takes a while. So I can just do it in a thread, right? Log error handling thread. That's it, right? I don't need anything else. Yeah, I need to just thread init, thread start. Can I do it multiple times? Can I init the thread multiple times? Or can I not? So let me try. So log error, handling thread. We do this, then thread init, and open your input rules, and then this is gonna be thread, which will return, I think it's at 64 if I recall correctly, and then just turn, I don't know, 0. And then this thing will go here. I think this is how you do it. But do you need like thread init? You need. Okay. You need, and how do you do it in a shutdown? Can I do not like thread start, but maybe just one off? I guess I can just start a thread and then not just shut it down and kind of send work to it. I can do it like this. Thread proc. Yeah. So what do we do here? Thread start, just signal, boom. Oh, destroy. This is what for POSIX, yeah. When is destroy getting called? When I do the init? Thread join. Yeah, destroy here. Can I call start on the thread multiple times? So this just, yeah, suspends the thing. So maybe I can do it multiple times. So when the thread proc exits, entry proc, wait for the semaphore, new context, result, push context. Aha, thread is done. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. So if I replace the proc and then because I just don't want to be calling like init and de-init. It kind of, it just feels weird. You know what I mean? What if I set is done to false and then just call thread start again? How about we do it? We do that. I can also just copy this. I can call init once, and then the next time I can call something like that. I can also probably use thread group actually, which is a bit, this is like a little bit of an overkill, but it does exactly what I want, right? I can just add work. So thread group run, and I can just run thread in the group. Oh, you know what? Is there an example of using this? I just start a thread group with one thread. They have group proc. What's that? Ah, yeah, I see. And work. I mean, can do that. Holy shit, this is quite a readme. Uh, Custom UI backend. I mean, it's not really, it's like half custom, half not. Some of it is custom. Some of it is, it comes with Jai by default. By default. You call init on a thread group, indicating how many threads you want. It's a good idea to have a number of threads be intelligently chosen. Callback procedure that will call when a particular thread wants to do some work. You can then set some parameters manually, like whether logging should be turned on, the name of the thread group, and the data pointer, which is just a general user-specific data slot to give your callback additional information. Once you call start on the thread group, the threads will start running. When you want the threads to stop, you need to call shutdown, which will wait until all threads exit. You probably need to do this before your program exits. It is a bad thing to have threads running while you clean up various global state that they might be trying to use. When you want to give the thread group work to do, you call add work, giving it a void that represents the work. This is some piece of memory, the meaning of which is determined entirely by you. Just gets passed to your callback, and the lifetime of which is controlled by you and must be longer than the period during which that thread will be doing the work. At some point, a thread will grab this work and execute it. When the work is done, your void will be added to work completed queue. Call the get completed work occasionally to see what has been completed and do whatever you want to do in response. Maybe you want to do some further main thread, blah, 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 blah. It is not a job system in a way that came into vogue a few years ago in the video game world. Here, each thread is calling the same function in order to remove some barriers to good performance. When you have a bunch of jobs grabbing random pieces of work and executing them, you can't expect any relevant data or instructions to be in cache. Also here we avoid pattern of using a single queue to hold the input and output. It's a common pattern taught in school and on the internet to have a single queue and a semaphore, and you just put work onto that queue, increment the semaphore, an arbitrary one of the threads pulls the work of the queue. This is actually a performance disaster in modern day CPUs. It's like, yeah, this is why I like John. He will just like write an essay together with the documentation. modifying the simp. No. I modified get-rect. I haven't touched simp. I thought I will have touched simp, but actually I touched the platform layer itself. So the thing that loads cursor images directly from the operating system, or rather like desktop environment in my case, but it is, whatever. Yeah, so this is a little bit of an overkill in my case. Yeah, you touch my tralala. My din din don. Be denied. I'm looking for some fun. Fuck you, Leon, and now this shit will get stuck in my head. You tease me, you please me. Fuck. Yeah, get instantly like nuked by like DMCA copyright. Yeah, look at this. Look at this indentation. Damn. Actually, it's probably intentional. Yeah, it is intentional, probably. Who cares about DMCA? They didn't add binding to imgui. Actually, there you go. They did. They have. Is there a shorthand for overwriting the last element of an array without having to say count -1 in both sides of the assignment? I don't think there is a way. So there is nothing like, R that last, right? There's nothing like this. So yeah, you do count -1. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, you can easily create a helper that does it, so it's like not that big of a deal. Excuse me. All right, so let's explore this thread group. I've never used it before. It is totally an overkill because it's just one thread. But maybe when we do start, like main, I guess. After what? So we have a platform init. Could you do? Why would you do it though? Is best compiled language in terms of actually shipping with really fucking good library collection. Ah, you mean the vendor stuff? I mean, maybe. So Jai ships with like OpenGL, Vulkan, Imgui. I think it does SDL too. Does it have SDL? Yeah, it has. Yeah, it does have SDL. I think it's SDL2. It's not SDL3. What else does it have off of like some NVIDIA shit? What else? This is ALSA on Linux. So it's not a bunch of STB bindings, telemetry bindings. What else? Well, this probably uses 7Z, like zip, libzip or whatever it's called. This is not quite the same thing. What else does it have out of like third party? Yeah, DirectX 1112. Vulkan I mentioned. It has curl bindings too. Where's curl? Yeah, curl bindings as well. Yeah, it doesn't have Rayleigh, it doesn't have like SQLite. It has metal though. What else doesn't it have? For modules? Which ideas exactly? Depends on what you ask. macOS bundler, interesting. So we import. I'm not importing thread here, which probably makes sense. I guess I'm importing it in Linux. So let me actually import thread in main. This is cleaner. There's a thread and import. But thread group is a part of threading module. Yeah. So I don't need to import thread group separately. So in my main, let's probably. Oh, wait, this is weird. Why is syntax highlighting just suddenly broke? Nice. So we do all of the platform stuff. Wait, logging platform. I can probably move this into init logging now. So init lugger luga. Then I can do this, I guess. Yeah. Compiled modules with metadata that doesn't destroy the compile time ability to statically link. You mean an ability to compile an arbitrary module to a static library that you can statically link? Is this what you mean? So I might be like talk about having ideas with regard to that and other things related to modules. He also talked about modules having enough data that marking CLI program is no different from using the library. I see what you mean. Yeah, I don't think we have that. So there is no way to just, snap a finger and bam, you have a module compiled to DLL. So there is nothing like that at the moment. Dynamically linked libraries is no different from statically linked one. I see. No, that it's nothing like that. Now, if you dynamically link something, you have to remap context. But there was recently like a discussion about context remapping, so he's like cooking something, I guess. Yeah. By the way, never mind. And goal of modules. Yeah, I mean, that would be cool. That would definitely be cool. Hitboxer is multi-threaded. Yes. What do you do for multiple threads? So one of the thread handles logging accumulation because so one of the thread is main thread. It does rendering. So the UI happens on the main thread. Then there is a thread that detects focused program switch, right? So for example, if I run the program, wait, did I break it? No, right? So you can see, window focused, right? I detect on window focused got switched, and it happens on the thread number 4. Then there is a thread, you see, thread number 2. This is a health check thread. At the moment, I broke it. I broke it on purpose so that we like test the log like viewer. Oh, look at this! I can start the thread and init thread multiple times. Look at that! It actually just worked. It probably leaks some memory every time I do this, but still pretty fun that you can just do it. Right. So one thread handles health check. And currently just yelling at me because I intentionally broke it. And there is another thread that handles input handling. So, right, normally all of the inputs you press in your operating system will go through this program because it wants to override them. And yes, so there is a separate thread that handles that. So it should not be blocked by UI or by other crap. So it just runs on another thread. And I think there was some other thread. So main logging thread, like log handling thread, program focus detection, input handling. There was 5 of them. What was the 5th one? So main, log, input, focus, and something else. I forgot. To focus, event handling. Timers. Yeah, health check. So main, logging, input handling, focus, and health check. Yeah, 5 threads. Health check I only need on Linux. Windows doesn't need it. Windows actually has safety mechanism for stuck like state of programs built into the operating system. This is only something I need for Linux. Yeah. So there I have 5 threads at the moment. And I guess I'm like adding another one that will just be mostly idle. Did you read Ryan Fleury's latest blog post about multi-threaded programming by default? I haven't. I know what he's writing about, but I haven't read the blog post. It actually sits open in one of my browser tabs, like right now, and probably inflating, his stats on site visits every time, like I reboot my computer. Yeah, sorry for that. Hey, Glycerin, thank you. Yeah, appreciate the compliment. Right, so where do we put it? Init logging, probably after window creation, I would say. Yeah, right. Init thread group. I'll just call it like this. And the init thread group will just be somewhere down below, like way down below. Or maybe the opposite. Maybe it will be like up above. So we have init logging, right? And we can have this. Yeah, why not? It's almost 2 a.m. here. Be going. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Appreciate for hanging out. I'm kind of will be going soon too. I'll just try this out and see if it works. Mm. So we need to call init and group, right? The number of threads, actually one. Group proc, which will be our group proc, and enable work stealing temporary storage size. This is whatever. Then we will have our, I guess, thread group somewhere here. So this is like some UI info. This is probably, I should probably move this all to UI file. This file is like 1500 lines of code at this point. It becomes a little bit annoying. It's because there's a lot of stuff here. So thread group is gonna be just allocated here. What is it exactly? So data proc name logging time proc set procedure. This is null. We use basic get second since init. All right. When we say proc, will it? Yeah, it will just do here. Right, so I guess we don't really need anything else. And thread group proc is gonna be something something. Let's see the signature. Thread continue status. So thread group, thread and work void. And thread continue status, what the fuck is this? Ah, I need to return stop or continue. For the stop, this will probably due to resource shortage of some sort. So this thread will stop running. You usually want to return continue. Yeah, I thought so, because why would they stop thread if I just need to get it to be available or whatever? Right, and for now, let's just oh, I need to pay, I wanted to paste it here. So thread group proc, then let me just log. Wait, what? Um, um, grouping. Yeah. So let me call init. I think that's it. And then I can just call start, thread start, group start, and then add work. Entry. So, oh, so this is heap allocated. Make a work entry, linked list node. we add a work week time. Interesting. Thread index group entry work list add work list entry. There you go. So lock if last something something unlock, and we signal the semaphore. This is the thread semaphore. Is it not? Let's check the work list. Aha, work list is not here. Ah, it is on thread group. So we have a semaphore on the work list. Can I like free work after I'm done? Get work. Wants to get a new unit of work. It calls this. To get here, it must have passed its semaphore. Thus, there absolutely must be work available, or else the program is incorrect. Someone will stall work, blah, blah, blah. Result equals first. What is this? Ah, I see. Okay. This is the main loop that a particular thread runs. It waits on its semaphore, looking for new work on its available list. When it finds work, it calls the thread group procedure with the work, then puts the work onto the completed list. So I'm probably not concerned with that a lot. So now I want to know at which point I free. While completed. Ah, there you go. So it frees. Where's the results? Results is what? Array that it returns. Oh, why would it erase it? Because it's on temporary storage. All right. Hey, Sir Elfman, I have to use Win API at work. Very brutal. Yeah, it do be like that. You mean you have to use like GDI UI library that ships with Windows, right? With all of its like labels and check GDI. Yeah. Nice. I mean, it's not the worst thing, right? Like you have to admit that yes, API is kind of fucked, but the tech itself is incredibly fucking stable, right? It probably like never breaks. It's very fast. Well, if we're talking about Windows 11, then yeah, it's probably fucked then. Set window pass. Yeah, I see. So, yeah, man, Windows 11. One update. Yeah. Because now you want to use like fucking React Native for everything, which is even slower. I'm kind of working on a mixed mode feature in my language where you can insert a descriptive block inside what's normal procedure code. There might be something to these ideas, especially when we talk about describing things like GPU GUI elements, logical relationship like logic programming languages, or entity like DB. What's your take on that? Yeah, exactly, Cyril. I don't understand why they would do it. You have incredibly stable API, and then you just nerf it every release for no fucking reason at all. So mixed mode feature, you can insert descriptive block inside what's normal procedure code. Why? How would it look like? Like, how is this descriptive block different from normal language that you program with? Hey Raken, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're chilling. We implemented cursors loading today on X11, and now I'm just like messing around with thread groups. So I need to get completed work. On the group and then free the stuff. I wonder where I would do it, get completed work. You know where I probably would do it? I have a timers thread. I have my timers thread. I could probably snag it in there. Just like every n seconds, I just get completed work and just flush the memory. Start it. What else? Yeah, work is getting allocated on the group allocator. So work entry. And then this entry is on the list. Ooh! Bro. Yeah, list. To the worker info. List of available. I see. And this we get this worker info. It's the same worker info, right? Yes, same worker info. We get the list. We get the staff. Do we free it? So we free completed. And completed is what? Info completed. Pointer to work entry. List first. I see. All right, so I think this frees completed work, so we don't have to do it ourselves. And then all we need to do is we need to free completed work that we get from here. Or it's not even we need to free it. What we actually need to do, we just need to reset temporary storage from time to time. That's literally all we need to do. Yeah, that's probably nice. And I think that's it, right? Let's see maybe examples of examples. So I don't. Oh, there are no examples of this. Oh shit. Yes, we don't have examples. Well, bro, what? Why is... Okay. I think Emacs is dying. Wait. Let me kill Dedrier. There you go. Imagine a SQL like DDL code or something prolog shit with better scene. I see. Like or like LINQ in C#, right? It's just kind of like a DSL that will get compiled to a normal language. It's just for like convenience. Mac isn't any better. After 3 days, my Mac is sleeping like, damn. Can't believe that they didn't fix fucking Windows search. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? I mean, Windows is not their main point of avenue anymore, right? Windows on their yearly bill is like a fucking rounding error compared to Azure. And now, like AI stuff, so they probably will just drive it into the grave eventually. Yeah, Windows was very good. Like Windows 7, if they just kept working on Windows 7, I probably would never switch to Linux, let's be honest. I see why Windows is so shit. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I would probably trade my current web job for doing some cursed ass Win32 APIs. I'm like not even kidding about it. Like whatever you're doing is probably way more interesting than just pushing web stuff around. But yeah, Ahmed, to answer your question, I'm not entirely against it, right? So if it's a nice DSL that saves a bunch of like typing and it's debuggable, you can actually debug it very well, and it compiles down to your language in relatively like nice fashion, so it's not a big performance penalty, then it's fine. Why am I saying about debuggable? Because you mentioned SQL, and as you know, you just can't debug SQL. It is impossible, right? You can't look into how SQL instructions get executed in the database. The only thing you can do is you can look at explain plan and try to kind of parse it out and see how your indexes will like, get executed and stuff, which is just so bad. The app I work on is on WASM, Mac, and Windows, so you get to have fun every platform. I'm probably in a minority here, but I really like working on platform stuff. I know for some reason every platform API is fucking cursed, but I kind of like working on platform things for some reason. Right. So let's try to add work. Oh yeah, and we do init, and then I just start. I guess that's it. That's what I'm doing. And then in my, I guess Linux code, when I do this, virtual device error handler, instead of having a separate thread, so let me remove this thread and do this. Oh, actually, wait a second. So in thread group, how do I put logging? Where does it? So for info, thread init, info thread. I think this is undercooked. Is it not? Because I need to, you see, I need to set logging for each thread. Or is it not too late? Thread proc, starting yeah, look at this. Oh, actually, you know what? It uses context logger, so I probably don't need to do it. Actually, I probably don't need to do it. I only need to, because at the moment I do it for everything, but I think I don't need to do it. Yeah, I will revisit this. I think I might not need to, I might not need it. So let's remove that. So thread init, thread start, and what do we do? Just add work. Yeah, I think this was too excessive. I probably needed it when I just started developing my logger module, and now it's probably irrelevant. Add work. And what is this work? So thread group and void pointer. So I guess we just do this, but cast it to a void pointer, and that's it. So where do I call get work? To one of the threads. Now, where do I call get work? When a thread wants to get a new unit of work, it calls this. So at which point do I call it? Oh, is it gonna happen? Uh, ta, 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 ta. Let me remove this login thread. Is it just gonna go here? Let me call it. Not all control. All right, yeah. So return that continue. My bad. So will it just? Yeah. I'm grouping. Look at this. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, shit. And now I need to. Yes. When I'm in it login, I need to add I need to add one more thread here. Nice. Look at this. Blah blah blah. Added work. The available list at time. Nice. So, and here I have a, where is it? Where is it? Yeah, here. So I have like user data, which is a pointer to procedure, right? So, I can cast it to something like error lock handler, right? This type. Yes. So handler equals to work cast to log error, right? And then if handler, something like this. And then I think this should just get executed, right? Boom. Hey, look at this. Easy first try. Boom. And now my UI isn't blocked. Hey, look at that. Easy clap. There you go. For now, this is just one thread that executes log error handlers. There you go. That's a W. So now let me put a to-do list. So handle timers. Here we have a timer thread, and to do add get like completed work here to periodically like flush the like free data on the thread group, right? Yeah. I wonder if it makes sense to put handle timers also, like to also put it, on a thread or something, or not. I'm still kind of confused at which point a thread would call get work. New unit of work, it calls this, right? Like where? Oh, it's here. Ah, so it is exposed, but all right, all right. I'm a fucking idiot. Like I was like looking for it, but I totally did not. I know why I didn't find anything because like the grep was fucking locked. It's like Emacs shenanigans. Yeah, never mind. So yeah, there you go. Maybe we have an examples. Maybe we have other examples of like ad work and stuff. Yeah, yeah, examples of a trade group. We even have that. I wasn't able to find it because stupid Emacs was locked at the moment. My other search that I accidentally launched. So yeah, init thread group. So there you go. Then we have like a name. Oh, so you put logging here? Or what? Uh-huh. But I mean, I was able to use it even without any examples because it's so well documented, right? So I probably want to put a name on it. What do we have here? Dummy data, worker info, it thread data, dummy data. And I can put, that's interesting. So I can, yeah, I can literally put threads manually here. I can put thread data manually. That's pretty cool. That's pretty funny that they can do this. What else? Then we go start, set allocators. What's that? Lots of units of work to the thread group. The thread group will then distribute work. These units of work need to occupy memory that stays alive until worker thread finishes computing its result. The work will go for a while, for example, across many frames of an interactive application. So let's use pool to allocate the work. Blah, blah, blah. Num work items, work new, input numbers, add work. That we have given the thread group all the work. We can go about our business. Occasionally our program runs. We should call get completed work to see what is done. Yeah, so get completed work is what I need to call in my timers. For my timer. For results, blah, 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 and reset temporary storage. Uh-huh. Nice, yeah. So I pretty much got it all correctly. Nice. We take this as a W. The only thing is that No, no, it's all good. It's all good, it's all good. We get completed work in a timer thread. Handle Linux, so yeah. Get completed work, get to free, then storage. There you have it. Can I do it, I wonder? Can I call it in a separate thread, like not in main thread? I probably should be able to. Mm. So I set the timers here. So timer FD. Where do I set it up? Yeah, each 5 seconds. Yeah. Let me call it poll in. So every time it unblocks like temporarily put thread group stuff under the grub timer, which runs every 5 seconds. Probably thread group timer could be its own. Get completed work and thread group. Actually, I mean, even print it. So for results, I know print it, and I just wonder what it has here, right? And do reset temp? I don't even reset temporary storage here, but why not? Probably should handle timers. I probably should reset temporary storage here. While true at the end, like here, reset temporary storage. You don't, yeah, you just call it like that. And so, yeah, let me see. What does it even do? So we add a bunch of stuff here. Boom, segmentation fault. Yikes. It happened in add work too. Huh. That's wild. So why would it die? So it added work and that's it. So this should be fine. Like we have a handler, we executed it and returned continue. Why would we then die? This, we don't actually need this anymore. What do you have in the chat? Can't wait until Jai is released. Aren't we all? I'm thinking something like that, but also could be user for the setting some of the compiler shit with it, like notion of using Hashly for anything that is run at compile time. Don't like how in Jai, for instance, the import is almost like a declarative style. I could just do other features with the declarative syntax. I know, like, hashtag is just a directive in the language, right? And different directives do different things. In like Jai, definitely it is not context-free grammar. In Jai, grammar is context-full. So yeah. And the only thing Alderas fight John for doing is using the cprintf style for formatters. Using the fucking symbol %, just use Python style formatting. Yeah, I mean, he, like, this is a, like, dead horse. Right, but you can do this as well. So print is user space procedure. It is not a compiler intrinsic. You can literally implement your own print f syntax and just use that instead. So you don't even need it as a macro. It's just function that you can write. All you need to do is like parse strings differently. And I remember on some stream he even implemented this, like string interpolation just for fun, which was super easy to do. But yeah, it's like kind of a dead horse, right? Like having percents is better for localization, and there was some other like things I forgot. Like I don't care. I don't like care about string interpolation that much, let's be honest. To do it if you have the variable, yeah, if you have a variable name, then you need to macro, yeah, because if you literally have like string interpolation, you need to parse it, yeah, you need to parse the string and stuff like that. Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, but yeah, it's pretty like easy to do. And the print in itself, it's implemented on top of string builders, and you would just implement it also on top of string builders. So like, I mean, come on. So why are we crashing exactly? And it crashes. Does it crash in add work? It can crash in add work because add work actually works. So boom. Oh, what? Why isn't it? Oh, completed. Okay, something is completed. The fuck? So, why doesn't crash now? Did it change something? Hmm. So completed something. Let me dereference it and see. Let me remove this as to do. Let me dereference it and see what it is. It is an array. It's not primitives, it's thread group. There you go. Get completed work. It returns an array of void pointers. Oh shit, I can't dereference it. What does it put on it? Completed that work. Work entry, a bunch of work entries. Ah, it's user data. Yeah, yeah. So it's like an array of user dates. All right, all right, all right. So I don't really care about it now. Yeah. Did he make it so you can just run the code? If you add like script without worker, wait, what? You can just run the code if you add hashtag at like a script without workaround for different OSs. Ah, hashbank. Um, it definitely works on Linux. Mm, it definitely works on Linux, and I guess compiler respects that. But I don't know if it works on Windows. So on Linux, hashbank at the top of the file is not something that's done like by your compiler. It's something that's done like by the shell, or maybe even by the kernel. No, probably by the shell. I don't know. Is it by the shell or by the kernel? I actually don't know for a fact. But I guess compilers should still be able to parse the file, right? So the compiler acts nicely with it, but I don't know if it will work on Windows. It definitely works on Linux. Yeah, so on Linux you can have hashtag like user like bean chai. You can definitely do this, and it will work. So I guess that's it. We have the lock handler now that doesn't block UI. Look at this. Yeah, look at that. We are able to click on lock. It doesn't block our UI. We also load cursors when we need it. Nice. That's amazing. This one should probably get a priority over anything. Last demo, you needed to have an option in command line. An option in command line? What option? What option? Here's all command line options for Jai. Context size, debugger, name of the executable, import dir, LLVM, MSVC, NatVis, no backtrace on crash, no color, no DC, no split, no check, no check bindings, no inline, output path, quiet release, run, verbose, version, very debug, and that's it. Don't have plugins. So I don't know. No, run is just run an arbitrary compile time string. So this is not running the file as a script. This is just like running stuff at compile time from CLI. So it's the same thing as python.c, right? So it's the same thing as this. You can do jai, run, and yeah, so here it is, for example. Nice, set to executable, but build options name is empty. Yeah, you need to run this shit. Run. Yes. Run. There you go. Hi. You have hi. You can't pass it the file name. No, you cannot. Yeah, it will implement, it will use Arc as a code. But you can do hashbang, like hashbang is possible, right? So if, for example, I have test.jai, right, and something like how's this, home projects, or the, how do you do like expand? I forgot. Party jai jai. I think this is, you can do this and then like build, right, or I guess run, and then run, and then like import basic, and then print hello bitches, and then you can do jai test jai. You see hello bitches. Then we'll complain that, oh, there's no entry point, but yeah, it will run the file, you see. Oh, and I can do, of course, test the jai. If I chmod it, and then I can do test the jai. Wait, what? Not executable. Which jai? It's project. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, here test-jai. You see, I just executed it as a script, and it worked the same way. And if I do jai run test.jai, you see it's like undeclared identifier test. What the fuck? It literally tries to execute like the file as a variable. But yeah, let me probably commit. Actually, yeah, so thread group to handle log error handlers. Definitely not an overkill. There you go. Yeah, today was a good session. I'll probably clean this up. A lot of useless logs. I'll just do like logging through. Actually, let me do it right now. So thread group dot logging false, right? And this will just, yeah, nice. Disable thread group logging. It is too noisy. I might add it in debug. Yeah, let me actually, like this. Yeah. Nice. I will add it in debug. Log thread group add work only in debug. Wait, what? Bro, the fuck did I just committed then? Okay. Yeah, that's probably it for me for today. That was a good session. We not only did some cool work like supporting cursors, and then unblocking, non-blocking lock handlers. We even read a article today, so we were able to both work and yap pretty successfully. I will call it a W. That's what you get when you take a nap before the stream. This is literally the power of not being, dying while going live. Nice. So, should we rate someone? Anyone doing anything interesting today? Anyone doing anything interesting? I don't see anything on twitch.tv. There's some French Rust streamer, but he speaks French. Well, oh, Handmade Hero Zig. How about that?
Contain the X and Y coordinates.
Oh, and he does X11. Holy shit. Well, easy club. And he has only 2 viewers. Show him some love, please. We need more streamers like this. So we're gonna rate C-Gene.
Stored
Yeah.
properly from applications.
So yeah, show love, follow, be nice. Or I will, I will punish you, motherfuckers. If you watch on YouTube, feel free to jump in the Twitch chat for the raid. And I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. Like tomorrow, I'm kind of sitting with the kids, so depends on how destroyed I will be. So either tomorrow or we'll see you back on Monday, same time. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Have a good rest of your days and good night and good evening, good morning. Bye.